Love grows when two people feel safe enough to share the deepest parts of themselves. And in a world that moves at the speed of masks and messages, privacy becomes the quiet vow we make to protect what matters most. Tonight, I want to walk you through something practical and intimate: digital security. 7 simple ways to protect your privacy. Not as a list of chores, but as a gentle act of care for yourself, for your partner, and for every moment you deserve to treasure without worry. So pull up a chair, take a breath, and imagine that every safeguard is a note in a song you and your devices share. A melody that keeps vulnerability warm and trustworthy. First, we start with the strongest foundation. A password you can trust but cannot guess. Your first line of defense is not one password for everything, but a unique, long, random, or passphrase-based key for each account. Think of a passphrase as your private handwriting in the digital world, a line that feels personal, yet surprisingly tough to crack. If you can, use a password manager to store and autofill your passwords so you never have to remember all of them. It's like keeping a cherished ring safe in a small, well-loved box rather than stuffing it into a drawer you never check. For an everyday romance with technology, opt for at least 12 characters, mix letters, numbers, and symbols. And avoid predictable patterns or birthdays. And yes, sharing a secure password with a partner can be part of trust. But the moment you both share a password, you both commit to protecting it and not reusing it. Second, turn on two-factor authentication wherever you can. This is the little extra knock on the door that says, "I'm here," but not just anyone can walk in. Your username is the key, but the second factor is the lock behind it, usually a code from an authenticator app or a hardware key. It may feel like adding one more step, but it's the step that stops most would-be intruders in their tracks. When you enable 2FA, you're saying to the world and to yourself, your privacy is worth the momentary pause. If you're worried about losing access to a device, set up backup codes in a secure place. Protect it as carefully as a love letter you never want to misplace. Third, curate your privacy settings like you would curate a shared space in your home. Review who can see your posts, what apps have access to your photos, and which services know your location. The goal isn't to shutter yourself away from the world, but to let only the right people walk through your digital doorway. In romance terms, privacy settings are the boundaries that keep your relationship feeling intimate and safe. For social, set audience controls to friends or custom lists. Disable location data in photos, and periodically audit app permissions. It's not about secrecy, it's about choosing what stories you share and with whom. SFX, typing_sound, 1. Fourth, use secure connections whenever you can. Public Wi-Fi is convenient, like a cafe corner where strangers drift in and out. But it's not where you want your private conversations or financial data to travel unprotected. When you're on public networks, use a trusted virtual private network, a VPN, to encrypt your traffic from your device to the internet. It's the equivalent of speaking in a softly whispered love language in a crowded room. Your words stay yours. If you don't have a VPN, wait for a moment of privacy. Or tether your phone's data to your laptop for crucial tasks. And always verify that you're connected to the legitimate network and that you're not joining a trap in disguise. Fifth, sharpen your eye for social engineering and phishing. The scariest threats often arrive as a beautifully wrapped invitation along the edge of trust. A message that looks like it comes from your bank, a partner, or a friend can be a lure meant to steal your privacy. Take a breath before you click. Hover over links to see the actual URL. And check for unusual grammar, urgent threats, or requests to share sensitive information. If something feels off, verify through a separate channel. A real romance respects boundaries, your digital life should too. When in doubt, contact the source directly using a known, trusted method. Sixth, protect the devices you rely on every day. Your phones, laptops, tablets. These are the repositories of not just photos and messages, but the memories you've built with someone you love. Keep software updated, because updates close the doors that attackers have learned to open. Install the latest security patches. Keep antivirus or built-in protection active. And enable automatic updates where possible. Use biometric locks or strong passcodes on devices so a momentary distraction doesn't turn into a privacy breach. Back up your data regularly, ideally in 2 places, one physical, one cloud-based, and encrypted if possible. Then you won't fear loss or theft. You'll feel confident that what matters most is safe. Treat backups like a shared scrapbook. If it's damaged or missing, you still have the copies that keep your story alive. 7th, practice mindful sharing and data minimization. In a world where a single post can travel far, choose what you reveal with intention. Disable unnecessary location tagging. Turn off broad data collection by apps. And review what services know about you. It's about saying, in plain language, I'll share what I must, not what I can. This isn't it's a warm routine that protects the people who trust you and the moments you want to remember, without fear of being exposed. If you're building a shared life online, discuss your boundaries with your partner. Agree on where to post photos, and what to keep private. That conversation strengthens trust in the real world as surely as any promise you've ever made. As you move through these 7 steps, imagine the thread they weave. A thread of care connecting your heart, your partner, and your everyday moments. Privacy isn't a cage. It's a space where love can breathe, where you can be vulnerable, where honest conversations can flourish without the nagging worry of who might be listening. And when you protect your privacy, you protect the integrity of your relationships, the soft, steady sounds of a life lived with intention and tenderness. If you're feeling a little overwhelmed by the sheer number of settings and options, start small. Pick 1 or 2 steps that feel most relevant to your life today. Maybe you'll begin by enabling 2-factor authentication on your most important accounts, or by installing a password manager. Then build from there, at a pace that feels comfortable. The point isn't perfection, it's progress. And progress can be a form of self-love that spills over into every corner of your life. And remember, the best kind of security comes from awareness plus action. Awareness means knowing that privacy matters and recognizing the moments when you're asked to share more than you should. Action means making the small, steady choices that compound over time: a stronger password, a safer connection, a careful click, a calm response. In those choices, you'll discover a quiet resilience that mirrors the resilience you bring to love itself. So as you close this chapter of practical wisdom, carry with you the sense that you are capable of protecting what matters: your privacy, your relationships, your peace of mind. The 7 steps aren't a cold checklist. They're a promise you make to yourself and to the people you hold dear that you will guard, with gentle courage, the beauty you've found in your own story. If you've enjoyed this, you can revisit any step you need and tailor it to your life. Your privacy is a continuous conversation between your present and the people you care about. A conversation you can steer with intention and kindness. And in that guiding light, romance and security can coexist: trust, warmth, and the shared future you're building, one careful choice at a time. Thank you for listening. May your digital world feel safer, and may your real world feel more connected than ever. You deserve both. Before we close, imagine the 7 steps as 7 gentle promises you can carry into every day. When a choice feels heavy, pause, breathe, and pick one small act to begin with. Enable 2FA on your most treasured accounts, or refresh a password you've carried for too long. Privacy becomes a rhythm you share with a partner and with yourself, weaving trust into ordinary moments, emails, messages, and memories. May your home online feel safe, warm, and hopeful. Think of privacy as a shared ritual.